What's the biggest promise your parents broke? When I was 12, my mom made me the biggest promise of my life. She said if I got straight A's for the entire school year, she'd take me to Disney World for my 13th birthday. Just me and her. No little brother tagging along, no dad complaining about long lines. Our special trip. I wasn't a good student. Math felt like learning a foreign language, and I hated reading anything longer than a comic book. But the thought of seeing Mickey Mouse, riding Space Mountain, and eating those famous Mickey Mouse-shaped cookies made me work harder than I'd ever worked before. Every single night after dinner, I'd sit at our wobbly kitchen table doing homework until bedtime. Mom would sit next to me, helping me understand fractions and quizzing me on spelling words with infinite patience. When I got my first A on a science test about the solar system, she put it on the refrigerator with a big gold star sticker. By Christmas break, I had all A's and B's on my report card. Mom said I was doing amazing and to keep pushing through the second semester. She even bought me this thick Disney World planning book so we could pick out which rides to go on first and which restaurants to eat at. I studied that book like it was homework. I memorized every attraction, every parade time, every character meet and greet location. I had our entire 3-day itinerary planned down to the minute. The second semester was even harder. Pre-algebra made my brain hurt, and we had to read this boring book about some kid and his dog. But every time I wanted to quit, I'd look at the Disney planning book on my nightstand. When my friends were outside playing basketball, I was inside studying. When they were watching cartoons on Saturday morning, I was reading extra books for English class to boost my grade. Finally, the last day of school arrived. Report card day. I ran home so fast I almost tripped over Mrs. Patterson's garden gnome. When I burst through our front door, I was holding that report card like it was a golden ticket to Willy Wonka's factory. Mom, look! I shouted, waving the paper in the air like a victory flag. 6 A's and 1 A- in social studies, the best grades of my entire life, and it wasn't even close. She looked at the report card carefully, studying each grade. Then she smiled, but something felt wrong. Her smile didn't reach her eyes like it usually did when I brought home good news. Honey, that's absolutely wonderful, she said slowly, her voice quieter than normal. But we need to sit down and talk about Disney World. My stomach dropped like I was already on a roller coaster, but not the fun kind. She guided me to our old couch and sat down next to me, still holding my report card. She explained that Dad had lost his job at the factory 3 weeks ago. They'd been hiding it from me and my brother so we wouldn't get distracted from finishing the school year strong. 50 guys got laid off in one afternoon, Dad included. There was no money for Disney World. There was barely money for groceries that week. Dad was applying everywhere he could think of, but nothing was coming through yet. The vacation fund they'd been slowly saving in that coffee can had gone to pay the mortgage and keep the lights on. I didn't cry right away. I just sat there staring at my report card with all those beautiful A's. All those nights staying up late with flashcards. All those times I said no to friends who wanted to hang out. All those dreams about meeting Mickey Mouse and getting his autograph. But you promised, I whispered, my voice barely audible. I know, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. Maybe next year when Dad finds work and things get better financially. But next year never came. Dad eventually found work at a different factory, but it paid almost half what his old job did. Disney World went from next year to maybe when you're older to someday to something we just stopped talking about altogether. For months afterward, I was angry and bitter. I felt like all that hard work and sacrifice meant absolutely nothing. My grades slipped back to C's and D's the next year because what was the point of trying so hard when promises just got broken anyway? It wasn't until I was 17, sitting in my guidance counselor's office applying for colleges, that I finally understood what had really happened during that year of straight A's. Mrs. Davis pulled up my transcript on her computer and pointed at 7th grade. These improved grades put you into advanced classes, she explained. That changed your entire academic track. Those advanced classes led to honor roll in high school. Honor roll led to scholarship opportunities I never would have qualified for otherwise. My SAT scores were higher because of the strong foundation I built. I got a full ride scholarship to State College. 4 years of tuition, room and board completely paid for. As I was packing my clothes for freshman year, Mom knocked on my bedroom door holding a manila envelope. Inside was a complete Disney World trip itinerary. Hotel reservations at a resort right inside the park, 3-day park hopper tickets, dining plan reservations, everything planned out perfectly for the weekend of my 19th birthday. I never forgot my promise, she said, tears in her eyes. I just had to find a different way to keep it. Your scholarship money means we can finally afford this trip. We went that spring during my college break. It was even more magical than I'd imagined as a 12-year-old because I finally understood that sometimes the most important promises are the ones that take years to come true in ways you never expected.